got to find it. And you should study people who are like you, right? Like there has to be, like I love to watch those talk shows like, Jimmy Kimmel or whatever. And I pay attention to the interviews that have more than one laugh every 30 seconds. So my goal in a keynote, like I give a lot of keynotes for organizations, I try to have a laugh every minute, if I can. I think that if you have a laugh every minute, you're considered funny, and that actually opens up the brain to more learning. So on interviews, I pay attention to what are the interviews where they're getting a laugh every 30 seconds, 30 to 60 seconds, and I'm paying attention to how are they doing it. And that is how I've learned to be funny. Like for example, like a really easy one for humor I've learned is like if you have like 1, 2, 3 things, and the third thing is weird, people almost always laugh. So if you're like, oh, Texas is great. It's the land of tacos, cowboy hats, and hot girls. Like if you make the third thing a weird one, people kind of like, ha, like they think it's funny. And so like if you you can begin to play with those things if you learn, but I've noticed that as a pattern, just like anecdotally by watching people. So I think that you could find someone who's like you. Like you should find a British smart guy. Who's a British smart guy who's funny?
Jack's smart.
Okay, Jack. And just like see what kind of jokes they're making. I bet you those jokes will work for you too.
They do, yeah. I still like steal jokes from British smart people.
For sure. So like I think that works. I also think there was a study that was done about like charisma. And we're talking about master communicators, especially leaders. I work with a lot of leaders. And what I tell them is you can actually channel your role model that will completely change your body language. They asked presenters to present on stage, a little 1-minute presentation, which by the way, very hard to do if you're not a presenter. So they had them give a little presentation on stage. And they took them off and they said, okay, now we want you to channel Steve Jobs and give another presentation. Now don't tell anyone what you're doing, but just in your mind, just channel him. When they got on stage, they were more charismatic, they used more vocal variety, they used more hand gestures, they were more confident. They spent almost double the amount of time on stage and they liked it more. Simply by channeling Steve Jobs.